again, to the press who's here, thank y'all so much for joining us. I especially want to thank the Co-op Producers Incorporated. That's where we are today, standing in their beautiful fields, and so grateful for that. The groves here in Felda have 525,000 trees across 2,700 acres. They are owned by 28 small multi-generational growers. The families who have owned the groves for generations are keeping the legacy of Florida citrus alive amid many, many challenges. And we've been talking about that today, and of course the announcement is related to that. I especially want to thank my new friends, Frank and Daniel Hunt, third and fourth, and their kids, grandkids, upcoming fifth generation citrus farmers, Kevin Koppelman and Matt Joyner, for making this visit possible. With that, I'm excited to announce that today, in response to Hurricanes Idalia, Debby, Helene, and Milton in 2023 and 2024, USDA is partnering with the state of Florida to deliver over $675.9 million in disaster relief to just this state alone. The groves here at CPI were hit by these storms as just an example, and will benefit directly from this aid, as hopefully every single member of this industry standing behind me will as well. This block grant, administered by the state, will cover infrastructure, citrus, and timber losses, in addition to direct market loss. I want to thank the state of Florida and your Commissioner of Agriculture, Wilton Simpson. I'm sorry he's not here today. My trip got moved a few different times, so originally he was planning to join us. But I want to thank them for their great work. It is my understanding this is our first state to roll out. I'm looking at the team. Kaylee, Florida is our first state to roll out. Yes. Is that correct? Yes. So that is a great reflection of the team at USDA, who is wonderful, but also of the agriculture leaders and Commissioner Wilton Simpson here in Florida, and the governor. So I want to say thank you to them. Their partnership throughout this process, and for their continued work on administering this block grant and getting it out the door in record time. And I also want to thank our congressional delegation's work in passing the funding. These hurricanes devastated farmers and producers here in Florida. I just had, again, an hour with the incredible group here, walking and talking through their orchards, talking about the devastation of these hurricanes and seeing it firsthand. It is so important for the Trump administration to provide this necessary relief to our farmers who produce the crops that the American people rely on. These times, yes, sir.
Frank Giles, AgNet Media. Welcome news to these guys today, but you know, for 20 years they've been fighting citrus greening here.
Right.
And just wanted a couple comments about the agency's commitment to stick with the citrus growers as they continue that battle. We've had some positive developments here lately, so maybe turning a corner.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about this, because we spent a lot of time the last hour with the Hunt family, with Matt, with Kevin, with a few others. They are showing me exactly what's happening on this farm in this particular part of the state. It's really incredible. I think the technology that's happening, the changes they are making. My commitment to them is, what more can USDA do under the Trump administration? And while I am there, Matt, I don't know if you want to say a few words. I think it would be great to have you kind of address this, and from your perspective, but from my perspective, and thanks to Matt and Frank and some of the other guys here who've said USDA has been a great partner, the state has been a great partner. Everyone understands that, you know, the citrus industry here is facing some significant challenges. The greening is a big part of that. Whatever we can do, whether bringing in more funding, more research, more partnership, just elevating the issue, I am here to be their greatest defender and advocate in that effort. But Matt, I want to let you kind of lean in on that a little bit.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. And yes, USDA has been a tremendous partner in the fight against greening. You know, in what has been long decades for the Florida citrus industry, but when you think about a 100-year battle worldwide with greening in 2 short decades, the kind of research that has been brought to bear through USDA partnership, through the state, through the growers' assessment on themselves, have finally yielded solutions that when the Secretary rode around this acreage, she could see that we're moving the needle in the battle against greening. These storms have certainly been a setback, and that's why we're so appreciative of the way she has moved to get this disaster aid into the hands of growers so that they can continue to rehabilitate and regrow these groves. But it has been tremendous to see the partnership and the research that has been led through the USDA, the ARS lab in Fort Pierce, out of Cornell, really nationwide, to bring greening to its heels. And we believe that we're on the cusp of this industry having solutions for something that has been elusive worldwide for many, many decades, and that's going to allow this industry to flourish again. So we can't thank you enough, not only for the partnership in the battle against greening, but also for the relief that we're going to see as we continue to rehabilitate and regrow Florida's storied citrus industry.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Matt. Well said. Regrowing Florida's citrus industry. Again, part of the big takeaway for me from today is whatever I can do to help be a part of that. I am really excited and encouraged at the future, understanding the difficult times that this industry has been through. So.